everybody?
What up? What's happening?
Why you always clap every time we come in?
Cause man, I'm a hooper, I'm a coach. I'm just excited about life, so naturally we go to clap it up, you know what I mean?
Oh my gracious.
What's up with y'all? Welcome to the Real Loving Basketball Show. Myself, Daryl, and my beautiful co-host,
Miss Tal. Miss Tal's what you call me.
I like that.
Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Just got out of the shower, just had training. I'm a little shiny, but it's all right.
She made it down. I thought you weren't going to make it.
I always be on time. It be you who be messing with the most stuff. I bet you something's going to happen. He going to click a glitch or something is going to happen. That's not going to be right.
Listen. She made it down. 5, 4, 3. We had a countdown, and boom, voila, magic.
Are you
nice of you to join me?
We have guests at our house too. Our Munchkin has his friends over. So we are making sure. I had to make sure the boys were fed. Kind of mother would I be if I just came down to do a show and I have children upstairs that are hungry?
I know. I love it, man. You superwoman.
You was really gassing. It today. Go ahead, keep it coming.
Hey, listen. Clap it up for all the mothers out there, for all the superwomen. Beautiful times, man. Hey, look. Hey, we need y'all to share this live. Let everybody know. Let your family, friends, your lovers know that the Real Loving Basketball is on. So right now, share, and all that good stuff. Any questions, comments, hey, let us know. Let's interact, let's talk, and let's have some fun.
For sure.
Yeah. What we got for the people today?
You tell me. I'm going to let you lead it today.
Hey, listen. Okay.
We got a whole bunch of basketball stuff to talk about. We got some funnies to talk about. We added a nice little segment, and then we're going to talk about playing your position.
Playing your position.
Ooh. Yeah,
if
y'all don't
you
even know.
Jank,
see, I won't even.
Position.
I won't even.
If you the main jump. No, I'm just playing. I just did that to tease her. You know what I mean?
I don't see what the tease is. I really don't.
Oh man, what is you plucking on?
I'm trying.
Lord,
I like to see.
She is over there plucking.
Because I like to see, everybody what's going on. Who's in here? I want to make sure I'm talking and I can read my comments and stuff, and I can't. For whatever reason, it's not letting me do what I wanted to do right now. So,
yeah, man.
Anyways, all right.
How was your day today? Let's get to that, man, because
I don't know how my day was. I was like, I know. So the great news is our baby has made it to 1 year officially tomorrow.
Yep.
So I will say I've actually been a little stressed out. I'll say a little bit stressed. You know what? Let me go ahead and just take this moment. I've been a little stressed out.
Okay.
It's that time of the month.
Oh my gracious!
And listen, and there's been a couple people today that have really hit my darn nerves. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew 4 hours ago when we got a couple of calls, situations. I knew it was about to be a long. Yep.
I just customer service is everything to me, right?
Talk to him.
And I just don't like when I'm trying to get things done, especially right now. So let me give y'all just a quick rundown. So the months of October, November, December is hectic for me personally, right? Because I have birthdays. So first it's my niece's birthday, which is today. So happy birthday, Tori. So I have my birthday for Tori. Then I have my son's birthday, Isaiah. His birthday is tomorrow. So Tori's is today. His is tomorrow. Daryl's is on the 13th. Krishna's is November 15th. Our anniversary is December 2nd. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So needless to say, I'm very busy. On top of, technically, this is basketball season for high school, so I'm trying to get different things done there. Then we got CTAB training. Then I got new business, She Unparalleled. So my mind is being juggled a lot, and I got a couple little background things I'm doing on my own. So So when I need to get things done, I like to get things done off my list, so I ain't got to think about it no more. And I have been chasing down people to get things done these past couple of days, and it's driving me nuts. Like, particularly I need this one thing to be set in stone technically today, because I have to put out a blast for something for tomorrow. Okay. I would like it to be set in stone. They keep playing to give me the answers I want. And then here's the other thing. I don't like texting when either dealing with real conversations that need to be happening or business all the time. I mean, I'll initiate the text, but once it gets into details, all right, let's sit on the phone. Let's get things out of the way. I'm calling like, yo, okay, bro, stop texting me. Call me. Try to call, straight to voicemail. But then you text me 2 minutes. So I told Daryl, listen.
You got a woo side. You know what I mean?
One.
Everything will fall
the other place. Thing is, I cannot stand people. Should I just be transparent about it? I can't stand people being fake. I can't stand disloyal people. I can't stand the fact that at this very point, there's a couple of individuals that I know of for a fact that might have been involved with a couple of our businesses that have ventured off in their own way. Totally fine with that. Kudos to you. But I don't like people not communicating. Like, if you've got ambitions and stuff, that's great. We're here to support. We would never tie you down to anything that we have going on that you might be involved with. Mm-hmm. But don't just up and leave. And then, like, we're going to cross paths at some point, and I don't know how to interact when you do stuff like that. You might.
You don't know how to be fake with it.
No, I can't. Like, when I know for a fact that you just rolled or did something and you're not going to acknowledge it, and then I'm going to have to see you, like, I might speak, but my face is going to tell you everything how I feel at that moment. And a couple of things just was brought to light to me today, and I was like...
Here's the thing. What I'll tell Lee is, and we might have spoke about it before, is everybody is, like, when you're running your own business or have your own brand or things like that, no one is going to be all in like yourself, right?
I get it. I totally get it.
Or, you know, some people may be young or just, you know, green to kind of business etiquette and relationship etiquette, mm-hmm. and don't know how to reach out and say, hey, I want to go another route, or they just want to, you know, go ahead and do it and not even just, you know, communicate it at all. You know what I mean? So that goes back to what we were saying before, is you cannot like get your emotions involved with it. Like, business is business. People gonna do what they do, and everybody is not gonna be like you. Everybody's not gonna be like you, and really, you know, 100 with it. And that's it's sad to say, but that's really what it is.
And I get all that, but still, I think I'm still valid in how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't understand. Like, I think we mentioned last week, communication is everything. I know for my event that we had this weekend, which was phenomenal, by the way. Shout out to all the ladies who showed up for the She Unparalleled boot camp. Yeah. It was amazing, like really amazing. So for all the women who are watching, if you want to get involved, if you want to be around some awesome ladies who are trying to build themselves out and encourage not only themselves, mm-hmm. but each other, holla at me. Go to my page, She Unparalleled. It was dope, like, for real. It was really, really dope. I'm very blessed for the people that support. I'm very blessed for my partner, Nikki. I'm very blessed for my other homegirl, Jacinta, who came out and spoke a word. Mm-hmm. Woo! I thought we was having church.
They came back crying.
we did. Look, you know when you had a good event, when you come home and all you want to do is just take a nap. Like, it was that good. It was that emotionally just connective. But anyways, I said all that to say what? I said all that to say that at the end of the day, communication is big for me personally. It might not be big for nobody else. It's big in my relationship. It's big with my children. It's big with my players. It's big with my friendships. Talk. So if there's certain things that if you're invested or involved with something that I have going on and you want to go and do your own thing, I'm okay with that. I will never tie nobody down to what I got going on. But what I don't like is you just bouncing and I find out you're doing something, if not the same thing that I'm already doing, which makes me feel like, did you take my stuff and repeat it somewhere else? Right. That's for one. But for two, maybe it's me. I don't know.
I look at it too, man. We could be inspiring people,
which is totally fine. But still, like, talk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand talk, or just like, you know, some people made comments last week that I just didn't understand. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand it. I would have rather you just communicate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Carolina, communication is everything. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious. But anyway, I get off that. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
sure you can get it out, man. We got time.
Because then I'm gonna end up putting real details into it, and then I'm gonna really get under my skin. I was on fire today.
I think we're gonna go to 9 o'clock tonight.
I was on fire earlier today. I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
She was hot.
And that's just piggybacking off of that with the mess that we saw last week. Because I don't know what individuals is talking about. I'm gonna leave that at that.
Yeah, my man Courtney said never put your character or your act right on someone else, because most times you will get
you're absolutely right. And Courtney, real. That is a conversational dilemma that I have on because I truly, and he knows, I wear my heart on my sleeve. When I invest in you, I'm invested fully. That's just how I am, right or wrong, indifferent. That's how I am. Am I trying to? Sometimes I really do wish I had that spirit of I don't give a darn, like, and I can have it in moments. But if I'm being honest, I'd rather just love and be hearts. But
I think one of the things too, like we're learning, because we a few years deep into business, and this goes back to creating a culture or individuals, a circle, a staff that are like-minded, that are willing to run through a brick wall for you and understand your vision at the same time.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
And I think it's even harder when you're not either making millions of dollars or be able to pay your staff,
people. Yes.
Pay people.
I think that's what the key is. Like, I think people who are invested in stuff that we do, if certain people were getting paid, it would be different.
Or if you're an elite, team or training company or business,
right?
They see popularity in it, and then I want to be attached to this because they are,
right?
The Los Angeles Lakers, or they are, whoever,
right?
XYZ. So
yeah, shout out to all of our people who have been down since day one, who has not wavered. Yo, like if we've never told y'all straight up, like, it means more to us more than you know, and when the Lord takes us to them levels, trust, we always remember those who've been with us since day one. For real. Right. Like, that's no joke. Like, that's honest to God. Even if my last dime shirt, y'all should know we would do anything for y'all. Even if we never make it, we will still break our backs to make sure y'all are straight. So shout out to y'all who support us. Shout out to my John R. Lewis staff, man. Mm-hmm. You all know how we rock over there. So y'all are phenomenal people. So anyways.
And shout out to the people who had issues before or concerns, and they bring it to the table, being 100 with the conversation, saying, hey, look, this was on the table, I just want to communicate it, and then you hash it out, and guess what? The relationship get even stronger because of that. The trust factor is even close, and the bond is even close for that. So just having that 100, man, you just can't replace that, man.
No,
so
for
shout
sure.
out to y'all.
For sure. I mean, I think that's good. I mean, my best friends, like me and my best friends, we didn't have our moments where we had to wrap things out, but I think that's what makes it stronger, because in any relationship, it's not going to be perfect. But I think when you go through that, if you're able to go through adversity with your peoples, whether it be your best friends, whether it be your employees, whatever, and y'all still standing strong together and still fighting for each other, that's the relationships I strive for. Like,
look, it goes back to the basketball coaches. Remember on your teams when you was playing, you was going in battles with
people. Oh yeah, snapping off with your teammate.
Sister, y'all fighting. Right. Or y'all
be right on that court. Be like, I hate you. Right. I hate you, Jody. Right.
Oh, you. Dang. Hey, that was my movie baby boy. God, you scared me for a minute.
No, but that's straight up.
You wouldn't want to be in the trenches with nobody
right,
else.
Because you know for a fact that when they get down, when you come down to it, that person going to have your back. I don't want nobody who going to be all woo all the time. Right. And then, because when we get to fighting, that's the one you be looking for, like, hey, where's such and such go?
Yeah,
we ain't here get beat. They over. Dang.
I done had that before. I done got it.
I knew that was coming. Listen. Let's not reminisce on.
Yeah, I got it brought in the club as a youngin. You know what I mean? I look.
You know, this
won't even my battle.
But you know, this is episode 3 though. That you done talked about something.
You vent. I can't vent.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? I'm in the club. You know, it ain't even my battle. You know, I'm the type that if I see something, because I'm always observant. I'm from North. I'm from the 7-5, so I'm aware of my surroundings. Just how I was raised. You know, get into a little. I see something. I'm taking up for my man. Next thing you know, we get in a fight. He gone. You know, my cousins that was behind me, they gone. I called them. They all the way in a whole nother city in 10 minutes.
Who?
I look. It's seven cats on me. Besides my one man corner, you did hold me down, bro.
He knows if I was there though, I'd have had your back. You already know. Cause you already know. Cause
you're a rider. My rider die.
Listen, I might have been raised in the suburbs, but I ain't rapped all the way right sometimes.
Yeah,
Anyway, since
we done, you got anything else?
So since we talking about our surroundings, you know what I like?
What's that?
I was reading up on some things and I saw people recognizing this. You know, I like when people recognize when people are in need. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, I would say through CTAB, we've had a lot of people who might not necessarily like we were in need, but just wanted to help out because they saw the vision, like straight up, and didn't expect nothing out of it. They just wanted to help. Yeah. So I saw, what's your boy, Mark Cuban, reached out to Delonte West.
Right.
So you want to tell that story?
I saw that. Nah, it was so it's crazy because we always see like stories like this a lot of times, and we talk about how the NBA or NFL or just sports in general is a brotherhood.
Right.
And when somebody's going through something, you know, whether it's homelessness, whether it's being broke, whether it's mental health issues, a lot of times people get scared, right? Get scared, or they just already in their own world and they don't have the time, or they just don't feel like being bothered. So to see Mark Cuban go to a gas station and find him and communicate with Delonte's family was excellent. We don't know the whole story, like we ain't there, but it, you know, like.
Well, so the background it was the fact that Delonte was playing in the league and then pretty much just went ghost, essentially, right?
Well, he had some issues, like.
I mean, but outside of the issues, like the issues kind of pushed him out the league. Yeah.
Yes.
So he went from making like 16 mil. Right, to now he's on the streets and he's literally a homeless person. And and nobody's really reached out to, or I won't say nobody has, because we don't know if people have tried and he just didn't receive it.
So that is the thing. They said a few guys in the league has reached out. I think they say Mark Cuban reached out a few times previously,
right?
You know, but no success.
Right.
But this time he had some success, so apparently he's in the rehab.
Good. I think that's awesome. I think with people like that, I mean, it comes to a point you got to get a little bit consistency, right? Yeah, and then at some point, there are some instances where no matter how much you try, you have to let people figure it out on their own, and they'll come around. But to just be a vessel, to just be an option for somebody and to be there, I think that's awesome.
And think about it too. It's not the coach that is in the spotlight. It's the owner.
Right.
A $1 billion guy who was a public figure.
Right.
Going down to Dallas at a gas station and pulling his brother up. Right. Trying to help him out. He ain't had to do that.
Right. Well, but we talking about Mark Cuban though. We talking about a man who come to meetings in a t-shirt and jeans and sneakers and don't care. Like he is very, very down to earth, and I mean, to be honest with you, I don't not expect something like that from him. I think it's amazing. I think it's for sure amazing, and I think that right there is the gesture that needs to be happening more often than not, especially nowadays. After watching the foolishness that we watched this past Tuesday with the darn debate. Listen,
do we gotta talk about this?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just gonna say it was foolishness. Okay, it was a waste of time. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen with our people, but it was stupid. But it was just goes to the point of like I'm tired of seeing the foolishness. I want to see more stories like this. I want to see more people going out there helping. I don't want to keep hearing about the negativity, even with everything that's going on. Instead of just talking about we need to do, how about you actually do and put it out there and make people, and like we said last week, community at a time, household at a time. All this foolishness started at home. Mm-hmm. The way 45 is from his home, like straight up. When y'all look at this documentary, we spent time because I like to understand mindsets all the time. And again, you can't speak into somebody's situation all the time,
What I'm disappointed on is, like, I don't like to watch because I know what foolishness is going to take place, but at the same time, you got to be aware of what's going on. And to see him, when he first said Proud Boys, stand by. I'm thinking like he just like speaking, just talking, and ain't thinking nothing about it.
I picked it up.
I didn't know.
I picked it right up, and I said, "Wait a minute."
I didn't even know it was an actual thing until I looked it up. I'm like, "Whoa!" For him to say that on a national stage.
But to be honest with you, that surprises you.
It doesn't surprise me, but I'm like, yo, this like is crazy.
But it doesn't surprise me. And what's not gonna surprise me either is if he ends up getting another 4 years.
Nah,
none of it, to be 100%, none of it's gonna surprise me. I know everybody keeps saying, "Oh, we need to all go out and vote for the lesser of two evils." Listen. The way things are looking, the way people are talking, the way people are stuck in ways, and people are at the ballots and all, it's a lot. So again, it is what it is. At that level, the best thing that you can do is try to be the change in your own community.
There you go.
That's all I can really say on that, because quite frankly, I'm over it, to be 100%. I'm about
get on your skin.
Listen, about 2 seconds, I'm wrapping up, and everybody go to Aruba, so I can go hang out over there and just be on one happy island for the rest of my life.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't fade it. But anyways, on a little lighter note, so we wanted to add a new segment. Mm-hmm. Glad you guys are tuning in, because this segment is going to be funny. Well, it might be funny, it might be scary, it might be, I don't know. But today is going to be funny.
What would you do in this situation?
Yes, so this is our new segment. Our new segment is What Would You Do? Right? And so we be finding these videos. We be coming across these videos. This is what gets me scrolling for 25 minutes at a time, because I might start with just, going through y'all's timelines and feeds, and then a stupid video will come up that will have me in tears.
I can only imagine you in this situation.
First of all, no, I can't imagine you. I wish I would have recorded him yesterday when I had scared him coming out the bathroom. Now that was this right here. But listen. This video right here, we only gonna show a couple minutes.
Reflexes now, I'm telling you.
Whatever.
I tag you one time. Don't be calling the police.
Whatever. You be buried after that. So, this video. Well, before we even did, I really wanted you to do the video with the man. If y'all haven't seen this, Google this. I'm sure you can Google it. Google.
With the man?
Man on top of the car.
Oh my Lord.
Scared a dog and leaving his daughter. Something like that. Man on top of the car, scared his dog. Something. Google that, and you will see this grown man jump on top of the hood of this car when this dog takes off and leave his baby, his daughter, on the ground. But anyway, that's another. But this right here, let me. What would you do if you was in this situation right here? We only gonna play a couple minutes, because I think it's like 8 minutes long. But play like a minute. Go ahead.
Test your might. Finish him!
Oh, come on, bro. What are you doing?
Finish her!
Hey, this is a break.
Yo. Yo. Oh my gracious.
I would love to see what y'all would do in this situation.
Hey, look, comment what would y'all do in that situation? Would you run? Would you fight?
Listen.
Would you scream?
I think my initial reaction would just be to freeze to figure out what was happening.
Right.
And then, but to be honest with you, if I'd have seen that when I first got on the escalator,
because he got
because if it's not Halloween and he's just standing in that, I think I'd have been like, go ahead, I'll go to the next one. I'll wait for the next one.
Right.
But everybody getting on there, they all trying to act like they don't see him. Like, oh, all right. And when you get to acting crazy, that was.
I'm not getting. That's about accurate. Them doors would have opened. I saw my man sitting there with a ninja outfit. I'm not getting in anyway.
That's funny. But anyways, comment, hit us up, let us know what would you do in that situation. I would love to hear what y'all have to say about that. All right, now to the juice. You ain't got no sliding music.
Nah, I ain't got nothing for you.
So we are gonna really touch on playing your position. Now, what does that mean? So y'all watching the Real Love and Basketball. Yep. So I think a lot of people might think that we're talking about relationship roles. Like you got a little shorty on the side, make sure she play her position. No, I'm not referring to none of that. We actually wanted to talk about it from the athletic standpoint. Between the parents, the coaches, and the players. Because I forget, why did the topic even come up? I don't remember what we were talking about. It might have just been a brainstorm conversation that we were having.
But is it very relevant? Because
it is very relevant. Because it goes on all levels. From athletics to personal life. Playing your position to business. Yeah. Right.
And a time right now where we're talking about athletics is kicking off and it's more of a business type deal more than just having fun. There's a lot more opinions involved from a parent's perspective. Kids, think they kind of they feeling themselves in a sense because they may be getting notoriety or social media follows, and then also too from a coaching standpoint where it can get kind of gray. You getting all these elite kids or kids who have potential to go somewhere. Can get in a situation where, hey, it's all about me or it's money. So I look at it as like a triangle. You have the player at the top, you have the parents, and then you have the coaches, right? So it's a triangle, and it's all supposed to be a support system. Right. So
for the kid.
For the kid.
Which I think is what the lost art is on everything. I think a lot of youth sports is losing the vision when it comes to what are we here for? Right. Especially as you get older. Like, to be honest, both of us, we personally dropped back down to the younger age groups specifically for AAU to coach because it's just for one, for me, speaking for me myself, I personally needed to drop down because I have a newborn, right? And I want to make sure that as a mother that I'm spending a lot of time and necessary time that's needed for him, just like I did with CT. I don't want to miss out on those years. So when me coaching AAU at the elite level, like last year, I was gone, a lot. I was gone almost at least 2 to 3 times a month. So I can't imagine doing that much traveling with Isaiah being so young right now. So that's one reason why I dropped down. But the other reason, too, was just the genuine factor that comes from coaching younger kids. Like, it's not
as chaotic.
Yeah, it's not as chaotic, and it's not a chase after the next best thing type of situation. So what I mean by that is from a coaching's perspective at the elite AAU level, right? You have your teams. You have your elite teams that are sponsored, this, that, and the third. Then you have the teams that are just as strong but might not have the sponsorships behind them, but can compete and is going to travel and do exactly the necessary things to make sure your kids be seen. Mm-hmm. Then you have them AAU teams that literally just pulled together to play in the tournament. Right. Mm-hmm. So what happens at the high school level, it's almost like a yearly thing. You have your squad, and you might have your set for the 2020 school AAU season, but 2021, somebody's trying to poach your kids, right? So it's a yearly thing of making sure you rap into everybody and what you're going to do and the loyalty and we're going to do this and recruiting at AAU. Right. Like, for me, I just don't have the patience. Like, if you're with me and you know me and you've invested in me just as much as I've invested in you, then you should know that I'm going to do what's necessary for you to be successful, period. Right. But if I have to constantly dance for you and make sure that you understand and do this and chase after this kid and now this person's trying to get you, so I got to convince you why you need to stick. That right there for me made me not love coaching at that level, because now we're losing sight of what's important, which is hooping. Mm-hmm. Like, we're supposed to be hooping. Why are we doing the most for these kids and for these parents? For what? Right. Like, none of us is getting paid. Mm-hmm. Your kid might be good, but there's a whole lot of stuff that still needs to be learned, right? Which we recognize. And then on top of that, like, what's everybody like? Are we all going to the WNBA right now, like, or NBA? Like, I don't understand it. Right. And so it's a love for the game. So going to the younger, it's so refreshing to be around younger kids that just want to play basketball. Have fun and get better. They don't care basketball. What jersey's on. They don't care what shoes is on their feet. They don't care they just want to play. That's all I want to do is just coach. Mm-hmm. I don't want to dance and sing and try to convince you otherwise. I just want to coach. I just want to help you get to your goals. And that's it. Like, and forever be in your corner if you need me. That's it. I don't want nothing. I don't want the money. I don't want all that stuff that's my passion is to see people become successful from the kid level to the adult level. Right. I think that's a lost cause that's happening in youth sports, because, like we said, like, when you go to the elite level and you're looking at these teams and these players and these conversations, you got parents all involved talking all kinds of stuff. You got these kids who will swear they are way better than what they really are. And that's the funny thing about, especially around this area, like, well, I won't say just around this area. I say it across the board. A lot of these kids is mad entitled. Right. And the entitlement then goes to, so say I'm the entitled kid. I think I'm good and this, that. And I go to practice and coach is on my hind parts. What's the first thing that kid does? The entitled kid.
Go home and tell their parents.
Go home and tell their parents. Oh, Coach Tao was all on my tail and making me run. And this is whack. I can do better. I think
it's favoritism.
Favoritism on what?
No, that's what God dang.
I was
I've been getting it all day. I'm on your side, man. I'm on your side.
So then he goes, so then you got them come home complaining. So instead of the parents checking them like, oh, dang, well, what did you do to make Coach Towel on your tail? Right. Here come the parent. Coach Towel, such and such said that you said, and we don't appreciate this, and we're going to take our talents somewhere else. Right. And here you go, skipping from this team to this team to this team, and in a 4 to 5 year span, you done played for 7 different teams. Like, bruh.
7 different teams, 7 different coaching philosophies, 7 different perspectives, and now the kid is kind of confused, right? And how I look at it too, like, it's like Ja Morant. a guy who goes being unranked, right? Mm-hmm. Working on his game every day, got a great support system at home. His dad is pushing him, but they kind of get it, right? If you're good, they're going to find you. If you're doing your thing, they're going to find you. It don't have to be a lot of extra from, the parents. It don't have to be a lot of extra from. Just do the work, and the coaches will find you. The league will find you. And if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. So when we talk about playing your position, knowing exactly, what you need to do.
Yeah, and I think that's the lost art now, right? Like nobody just plays for the love of the game to get better and go. Everybody's playing for something. If you want me, I need. And kids are taking this demand are making these demands at such a young age, and they're backed up by these parents. And it's crazy when you really see it, like wow, unfold. Like, oh, right. You think that you're that good, and dang, I see where you get it from, because you got an adult who's supporting the foolishness, and then when you dig into the adult ain't played not near bit of the sport, not nothing, and it's just talking and just thinks that they can. Like, it's crazy to me. Now, am I saying that every coach out here is the bomb? No. Okay? There's definitely plenty of coaches out here that just don't. No. However, that's why we said it's a triangle. At the end of the day, what's the purpose? Who's the purpose? The kid. Me and you, as a coach and as a parent, are supposed, if you don't stop messing with this camera, me and you, D got this camera steady and my mouth just blasted on Bing. I don't know if y'all can see it on y'all end, but anyway. Me and you are supposed to be working together to make this kid better. Right. But if you have a whole ideology of what's supposed to happen for this kid, and the coach has a whole, and I'm technically, it's almost like going to a job. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're an engineer and you know how to get this, and that done, right. Why would I come to your job and tell you, my son's about to work for you, and I need you to make sure that they did. You're the professional, right? So in the coaching standpoint, unless you just don't have good coaches, which is plenty out here, which is why we tell everybody all the time, do your research. Mm-hmm. But you brought your kid to me. I know how to get to this level. Let me do my job and stay a parent. Right. The only thing that you should be doing as a parent, supporting, cheering, having your own private conversations at home with your kid, and check and holding your kid accountable. Right. Like, and I think that's a huge missing piece, is parents don't hold their kids accountable. Y'all take kids' words at, like, it's golden. These kids, perfect example. How many of y'all are now home with your child, okay? You're home with DJ now, and DJ's teacher for the past 2 years been telling you, yo, DJ is acting up, he's doing this, he's doing that, and you like, no, DJ's coming home, DJ's like, no, it's not that, I'm not doing that, teacher just don't like me. Now DJ's home in your presence, and you seeing DJ on this darn virtual class, like cutting the camera off, cutting the camera back on, getting up dancing. Oh, now you see what these teachers are talking about the whole time. Right. Instead of understanding, okay, well, let's have a which goes back to communication. Mm-hmm. Let's have a conversation with me, you, and this teacher, and see what's really going on. Right. Like we said, are there teachers out here that might be just on your kid? 100%. My oldest son, I had a teacher that went through that. Well, I had to check him, but I guarantee only reason why we got to that checking point is because I put my kid and that teacher now in the same room to understand what's happening. Lie, the truth gotta come out. What's happening? But when my kid came home and said, "Oh, such and such is doing something," I didn't just take his word for it. Oh, we're gonna figure this whole thing out, right? That comes to communication. So when these kids are coming to these parents, it amazes me how even my own experiences. Kid has a bad game. Kid goes home, tells the parent. Parent comes and says something to me. What? Right. Oh, Come to practice. Let me show you. Oh, no, why they don't?
Hold on. You just did the smack. They got good to you like Lord.
Listen, come to practice. Oh, kid don't get no playing time. That's one. That's a good one. Why is Johnny not getting no playing time? Because Johnny doesn't work at practice. Johnny comes home sweating and this, that, and the third. Don't worry about it. Come to practice. Check it out. Don't even tell him that you're coming. Just come check it out. Sees Johnny in practice, half-tailing, joking. What you gotta say now? But this is my point. Yeah. Play your position. You are a parent. Do you have? If I'm investing into this organization, do you have rights to ask questions? Yes, but you don't have the rights to demand anything. Right. Have conversations. Have understandings. If you're at a good program, good programs that. And off of what I know from good programs and what we do, we have expectations set in the beginning of the season. And we're very transparent on what our expectation is. Right. Here's the expectation. Here's what's going to happen. Here is, if you do have questions, this is how far we'll go. But at the end of the day, this is my team. Right. You don't agree with it? No disrespect. No problem. By all means, you can go somewhere else.
Because here's the deal. And what we're trying to say is now college coaches are recruiting parents. They're not just recruiting the kids, they're recruiting parents. So
By default.
Yeah, by default. But now it's like a thing because you see that parent yelling in the stands or ready to come on the court and really, being hard on the kids, and kid can't focus because the parents is yelling from the stands.
Oh my gracious!
And now look, you got a college coach. They writing you off already. Like, okay, no, I don't want to tolerate that. If we're doing it at the level where we at AAU and we got to recruit parents and that we see that's gonna be a headache, we don't want to be involved with it. I don't care if that kid's scoring 35 points a game.
Right.
Well.
No, but that's true. I mean, but you got to think, you scoring 35 points at this level. Right. Going to college, you got 12 players that are playing at the same exact skill level that you are. Right. High school, that's great. Oh yeah, you killing it. You doing this to be seen. That's the reason why that you're supposed to be elite and scoring 35 points. Right. But when you get to the collegiate level, all of us is the same now. All of us got invested money into to get here. So nice. I appreciate your high school stats, but what are we doing now? Yeah. And I think that's an issue that parents and coaches and kids don't understand. And again, it goes back for me. It's the accountability. We have to hold these kids accountable. There is way too much entitlement in basketball nowadays. There is too many kids who think because I'm on Instagram and you see me dribble the ball and I done put a highlight film, not my actual game. Right. I done created a whole highlight and I done got 1,000 likes off of this one highlight that, you can't tell me nothing about my game. But let's put you in a real scenario. Let's put you in a real situation. Mm-hmm. Now you're being exposed. Oh, but that 1,000 highlights carried over to your parent and your parent thinks that you all that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
What would be funny is they peers are calling them the GOAT.
Right.
Like, you the GOAT, and then you look at the highlight, okay, all right, cool, you see him in the game.
Some trash.
Johnny, some trash.
Trash.
Right? And listen, let's be clear. When we having these conversations, we are being transparent, we're being candid. Now, is it some phenomenal athletes out there doing it the right way?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And parents.
And is it some parents out there doing it the right way? Yes. Is it some coaches out there doing it the right way? But at the same time, just like the political thing going on right now, some foolishness in youth basketball and youth sports. And, it's crazy how the game is evolving. And don't be that coach, parent, player who can be in the mix. Like, at the end of the day, if you can coach, you gonna win some games, right? If you're a player, you're going to get that scholarship. You're going to get an opportunity to play professional if you're fortunate enough. If you're a parent, because like I said, we're parents of a hooper, right? We understand the passion, we understand the intensity of it, but at the same time, like, let's put things in perspective. Everybody play their position. Everybody, do they support the way it's supposed to be, and it'll be a good situation.
Right.
It'll be a great situation. And I wish I had the clip. I did have the clip. But it goes back to Iverson. I don't know if y'all seen Iverson when he was on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, but he was talking about how John Thompson, rest in peace John Thompson, was talking about how he's changed his life. If y'all familiar with Allen Iverson and everything that happened with the bowling situation, that almost you would have never heard of Iverson if John Thompson wouldn't have saved him and gave him a scholarship, right? His mom, like Iverson was recruited by everybody in the country, basketball wise and football wise, right? Phenom athlete, and his career was almost over. Was over before it started. However, he had a supportive mom, a mom that got it, and literally called John Thompson and was like, "Hey, please take my kid."
She played her role. She didn't do above and beyond. She didn't do anything. She recognized what it was. She didn't say, she didn't say that he didn't have played his position that why he was in the situation that he was in. She owned it. He owned it. And they just prayed. And I think that's one of the biggest things, too, that people don't recognize. Regardless of how great you are, regardless of how sorry you might be, God has a plan, period. And if it's meant for you to execute certain parts of your plan, it will happen. No matter what you, and that goes across anything that we do. Athletics, business, relationships, whatever his plan is for your life is going to be executed, right? So even if you did every little step all the way up to the point to get a scholarship that you think you're supposed to do, would you get the scholarship?
Right.
If it's meant for you, yes. But if God had a whole nother plan for you, it's not gonna happen. Perfect example is Daryl. Virginia State Player of the Year, McDonald All-American nominee, top recruit, should have been at D1 schools, this, that, and the third. Played overseas, did this, got an opportunity. He's good enough. Listen, this is one thing that I will always stand by. I didn't know Daryl back in the day, right? I didn't know him when he was that super athlete. I knew him these past 10 years. And when he plays to this day, well, we haven't played in like a year, but when he played every league that he played, when I tell you, he can hoop. Can't nobody see it. And I always tell everybody, I got the hidden gem in Virginia. Straight up. Straight up. No, straight up.
What you want?
What you want? Shut up. At this age too, he can hoop. He still got bunnies. I ain't never seen nothing like it. But then I think about dang, you're so good. Even as the people that I see that be hooping, I'd be like, there's no way. We would go to NBA games and we'll be watching. I'd be like, bruh, hands down, you should be playing right there. Hands down, you could at least be 12th man on this squad. You know what I'm saying? But he even had the opportunity. Went to NBA tryouts. It was not in his plans or God's plans for him to take that. Even with if you see him play, you'll be like, there's no way you shouldn't. But that's my point of the matter is God had a different plan for him.
Shout out, not to cut you off. Shout out to my mom.
Yes.
Shout out to my mom for the simple fact, just like Iverson mom, she played her part, right? At a point in time when I felt like I knew I was good. And when you get a little bit older and opportunities start to, diminish and then the windows start to close, she believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and I did get an opportunity off of her, right? Talking about how John Thompson reached out to John Thompson to get an opportunity. My mom literally, speaking of Mark Cuban, literally Googled, I don't even know if she Googled. How did she get... She might have went to the Yellow Pages.
There wasn't no Google back then.
How did you contact me?
You're old dusty. Miss V probably more than likely she don't wrote letters.
She wrote a letter to Mark Cuban. She was telling me, I'm like, Mark Cuban. Next thing you know, she said, okay, I reached out to the Bucks, and she reached out to the Bucks on my behalf, pleading them to give me a tryout. And I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And they wrote back.
And put a phone number in. Put a signed, what's the name?
Right. He said, I can't promise anything, but, you know, I'm interested in speaking to him. Right. She played her role to try to get me to another level, and y'all ended up getting a workout, but, you know, shout out to her.
Yeah, so the role playing so there's good and bad roles that you can be playing. Let's break it down each part. So parental wise, right? Parental wise, you have a role to either support your kid or you could be your kid's demise, right? Like we said, you as a parent need to be the encourager.
Right.
You need to be the behind the scenes corrector, meaning there's plenty of time. Us talking about CT. CT has a game. He's playing. Yes, we're loud. We'll throw our little bit of directions because it's just natural for us. But we got to the point where we had to check ourselves and say, we're his parents. If we're that pressed and we want to direct him that much, we need to get our own team and sit down and have him go that way. If we're not and we're going to let somebody else coach, we need to sit down and be parents, right? Played our role. Mm-hmm. So, but when he did something, we behind the scenes, we got home. Yep, we rapping about this game. We're doing this, that, and the third. We encourage him. We lead him. We continue to tell him if this is what you want to do. So that's the good part of being a parent. The bad part, the parents who don't know nothing about a game but want to sit here and advocate for their kid and tell a coach how to do their job, or tell a coach who should be strategizing and who should be in the games and stuff like that. Like Mr. Quick said, Carolina Quick said, when you have those parents who want to bash a coach, I cannot stand parents, families who are at games who are talking about a coaching staff with the entire audience. I think that's so disrespectful.
Right.
I think that what y'all don't realize is if you're that person who's doing that, you're creating a poison that is going to trickle onto that team. So if I'm talking trash about this coaching staff and I'm telling it to everybody in the stands, everybody in the stands is going to hear it. Mm-hmm. It's going to eventually get to those players on that team. There's going to be chaos. Yep, there's going to be chaos amongst the players on that team, all because this parent said something, and it's a poison. Right. You're now a poison. You're poisoning the team. Don't be that parent. Mm-hmm. Don't be that parent telling coaches what to do. If you that pressed, take your kids somewhere else. Or if you know everything, start your own darn team.
The problem is a lot of people not willing to do that.
It's
a lot of work,
right?
Man.
You
might want it, but when you start getting your hands dirty, you might want to give it back up.
So if you don't want to do that, then sit down somewhere and be quiet.
Somebody made you happy. I can't even get a word in. I can't. She out of sky.
Because it's been through experience and what I see. Cause I feel bad when I see or when I hear people just disgusting, just talking and doing stuff about to coaches and stuff who genuinely are trying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It goes back to and this might be shifting, kind of pivoting a little bit, but I was at Boo Williams a couple of weekends ago, and then it's all about learning too. Like as a coach, as a parent and as a kid on all levels, you gotta want to keep learning and keep getting information from people who has the experience and the knowledge and understanding of the game. So I was down there at Boo Williams, and I ended up running into one of the OGs of basketball, one of the first guys that ever go to the NBA from Division III, Christopher Newport, my man Lamont Struthers. So he's coaching the girls at Boo Williams, and I'm saying, hey, I'm like, man, Lamont, man, I'm hearing about your son. He's a phenom athlete. He's killing it in the Tidewater and all over the state of Virginia. What are you doing, man? Because I got, Christian coming up. What are you doing? He simply said to me, he said, what are you talking to him about after the game? And I'm like, yo, I'm talking about defense. I'm talking about his efforts. And he was like, yeah, don't talk to him about nothing. He was like, when you at home, you're dad. Mm-hmm. When you're at the gym, you coach. But when you get home and you in the car, don't say nothing. He said been working out for him. Like, dang, that do
it
make sense.
It does. It does.
What I mean? But that was me as a coach and as a parent. I'm sitting back. Okay, what can I learn from somebody who is knowledgeable
and who's been there?
From the aspect of he has a kid that's doing his thing, working super hard. He's a coach. He's a parent. And he's coaching them as well. Right.
And I think that's big. That's I totally agree with that. I think a lot of kids, well, already I think from a kid's perspective, especially those kids who are really into the game and passionate about the game, I believe when they have them tough moments, that they're already down on themselves, right? So if they're getting it from the coach, then they're already down on themselves. Then they got to get in the car and they got a parent coach, that's going to give it to them again. Right. Yeah, I could totally agree with that. Like, that car ride home should be more silent. And I definitely think for us as coaches and parents that we should definitely adapt to that. Because I know we be giving CT work some days at the games because but it's only because we're so passionate about the game and we see so much greatness in him. Right. And we're trying to teach him how to do everything now, not realizing, he's 9. Right. Like neither one of us was as elite as he is at the age of 9, right? So I totally
playing on a level where playing on a high level already at 9, right? So that's one of the things definitely got to keep in perspective. But like we said, just reaching out to other people with experience.
Yeah, I think that's big. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make sure you learn. So that's the aspect from the parenting. Making sure that you learn about that, learn about what, if you don't understand the game, don't just go in just taking your kid's word for it. Go in and truly understand the philosophy of coaches. So somebody asked, do you let parents into practices? Me personally, I have not. I'm 50-50 with that concept, right? I've had teams where parents come in and legit are sideline coaching. So now I'm coaching, trying to keep the kid attention, and I got several parents who are trying to add their 2 cents on what their kid needs to be doing. From that point, nope, close practices. But then I've had seasons where I've had parents who 100% was able to come and sit in the gym and just stay quiet. But the difference that I saw between the two was these parents who had everything to say didn't come from a background of understanding the game and the philosophy of the game. And the parents who understood, if I want to say anything to my kid about what they're doing or how their work ethic is, I can take this back home. I'm not going to interrupt the coach on what they're doing because I respect what the coach's vision is. Right. So I think, I think that's just understanding, like you said, asking questions and learning. Like, you have to learn. I think in all levels, you have to learn.
Yeah, for sure. From
the kid's perspective, from a parent perspective, and coaching perspective.
Because everybody's trying to figure it out, especially now in a time where it's a shift in momentum. Like, the old school ways are not what's going on now in the new school. Like, everything is shift. Like, even from kids transferring and stuff like that. I used to be like, no one needs, you stay at that one school, you finish it out, but is some factors now where it is shift. It may be an opportunity where you do need to go to a prep school, and kind of, you get more attention because of XYZ. Now, would I advise my son? No, but I get why some people be very strategic in certain ways, right? Everybody is not that case, but it is some cases to do that.
Yeah, but that goes back to understanding. Like, we went to we took CT to a what you call that? What's that? The watch list. Mm-hmm. We took CT to like an elite level camp, and found out two or three players had what's it called? Reclass. And they were 4th and 5th graders. Like, for me, that's dumb. Like, I mean, mean, to be honest, we're talking about 4th or 5th grade, and this is another reason why I hate when people say, "Oh, CT's ranked at this, that, and the third." And so for people who don't understand reclassing, so reclass is when you take your age level and you drop down to be technically more effective athletically. So if a lot of high school people do it. So high schooler, I'm a sophomore. I'm not as strong and as buff and as quick as the players at my sophomore level. So let me reclass and go down to the 9th grade level and get an extra year underneath my belt, which will help me for my scholarship. It will help me to be seen because now I'm able to compete better. I done gave myself an extra year. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyways, we went to this workout for the weekend, and there was like 2 or 3 kids that they were like, yeah, I just reclassed, and was one proud of it. You're 5th grade. Yeah. What the heck do you know about reclassing? That's number one. But go back to the point what I was saying about CT. I hate when people say, oh yeah, CT's ranked top 20 for the 9 years old. I don't care. And when CT come to me that crap, I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because you're 9. And in 3 years, your whole body is going to change. Not even. In a year or 2, your whole body is going to change. And you might stay a little shrimp like you are while everybody else is skyrockets. And now your whole level and what your rank was is off because your body finally has developed. Yeah. You know what I mean? To what it needs to be. Like one of his teammates. He has a teammate who is in the 7th grade, and the boy, I swear on everything I love, has grown 6 inches in less than 2 months. Like, he is almost 6 foot, and he's what, 7th grade? 7th grade. Like, it's crazy to me. But had he been all that mess with ranked and everything, like, at the 5th grade, 4th grade level, wouldn't nobody have even seen this whole point coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's dumb. So to reclass your kid at an elementary school and they're not even developed yet, that is so crazy to me, right? Now, like you said, high school wise, there are some benefits if you do it for the right reason. So for example, there was a story about a kid who reclassed here in the DC area. But the purpose, and don't quote me on it because I can't remember the full details, but the purpose of the reclass was because the family truly didn't have the finances to get them into any school, and his recruiting wasn't going as well as needed to be at the current age level. So he reclassed, and because of the reclass, he was able to compete even stronger, and his stock went up. Right. So it just helped him. It made sense. Now, do I still totally agree in reclassing? No, because for me, at the end of the day, regardless of your reclass, once you get to college, you're still going to be competing against the same people. Yeah. Period. Like, right. So you're still going to be competing against the strong players that you avoided in high school. Why not just go ahead and outwork everybody to truly earn that scholarship?
Say it again. Outwork. Outwork. I mean, that's what comes to, man. Ja Morant, man. You know what I mean?
There's a whole lot.
There's a lot of guys who are not ranked who just come out the woodworks and they're being seen, they're being found, and they're being found. And just like I said, Lamont Struthers, man, he was one of the first ones to go to the NBA from D3. My man was just a dog and got an opportunity. And next thing you know, it was a wave of guys. Started with him, then it was like Devin George from the Lakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a whole rack of people.
Just hoop. You know, but also to be smart, who you playing for, right? What, you know, it's a lot of factors in there. Because I do know some parents who are very strategic in what they're doing and they are making moves, but it makes sense.
Right.
They have the knowledge. They have the knowledge. They have the background. Or if they don't know, once again, they asking questions. They're calling, hey, what do you think about this? And they're open to saying, no, that ain't a good move. Or, yes, this is a good move.
Right.
I can respect that versus just doing stuff because of popularity and because it's the trend.
Right.
So it's a difference.
Right.
It is a shift in the basketball culture from youth sports to college sports. We all know it,
right?
But as a coach, as a parent, as a player, you always have to be what is like a document. What is it? A living document. A living document.
I was trying to figure out where you.
You know what I mean? So let's talk. Did we talk about the players yet?
So yes. So we got the parents' perspective playing their position.
Yep.
Coaches play your position by listen. Stop letting money lead your mindset. That was a good one.
Say it again.
Stop letting money lead your mindset. Like you're supposed to be into the culture for these kids. That's what my understanding was. That's what I would think that you would be coaching for. If you're coaching for money at the youth level, you're in the wrong sport.
Right.
I mean, you're in the wrong level. You need to go collegiately. You need to go professionally. They're about the paper because it's a business up at that level. But at this level, it amazes me how so many coaches collect all these players and you looking at just, you try and make a check. Right. You try and gain all the sponsorships. You try and get all this thing. And for those of y'all who really do hoop and really do coach, let's be honest. A lot of these elite players or a lot of these players that go to these elite teams, when they get to college, how many of them really are able to transition into the college realm? How many of them really have an IQ of the game? That's what people forget. Yeah. You could be a heck of a player scoring 35 points right now.
Talk to them.
When you get to college, everybody can score. Everybody can play.
Everybody.
So now, how do you navigate that? What's your niche? How do you transition? How do you still be that effective player at the collegiate level? But y'all go to these big time teams for them Nike checks, for that paper, and y'all have no idea on how to prepare for the next level. So as a coach, why are you here? I forgot what I said. What did I say? Mindset. The mindset. What did I say, Courtney? You guys. I'm about to rewind this. It's a mindset. Your mindset is about the money, and it's not. That's not where it's at. You need to be about these players. For as a coach, your position is to not only build a player up athletically and skill set wise, but it's to build a player out mentally and off the court wise, because a lot of these players, as all of us, the ball, the football, the soccer ball, the baseball is going to go away at some point. So what skill sets did you embed in their mind, heart, and spirit to prepare them for life? Like, straight up.
Yeah. Nah.
What did they do? So as a coach, if all you're worried about is how many wins I got and how many elite players I done sent up to here and how much money I'm making at the youth level, for me, you need to reevaluate. And for me, if you want my son, you need to reevaluate. Because I'm speaking it. If CT continues to play as hard as he plays, he's going to be an elite athlete. And I promise you, this household is not putting him under anybody who cannot help my son become a man.
Right.
That's it.
Hey, that's what. Look, if y'all get a chance, go watch the Iverson joint on All the Smoke. My man broke down talking about John Thompson and just how he poured into his life.
Right.
Like now, through it all, him being a Hall of Famer, being an iconic figure in the hip hop culture, in the basketball culture, in the black culture, like it's everything.
Yep.
My man went back and said, "Yo, if it weren't for John Thompson or his mentor, father figure Mo, it would have been over." My man is still talking about that now. He said, "I'd rather you call me Bubba Chuck than Allen Iverson. I want you to know Bubba Chuck, which is his nickname, than Allen Iverson, right?" Any great players always refer back to what coaches did for them off the court as a young man versus what they got from basketball. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's money, whether it's, whatever it was, like, yo, he changed my life. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Yes, your kids need to get better. The skill-wise, you need to get better.
Hands down.
If you have a dream of going get a scholarship or going to the league, all that, yes, I'm with all that. But at the same time, yo, you have to teach my son something that I would teach him in the household. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to be on the same page. We're a unit. So me and Lee, we're the support system. But then now we got to put our son around somebody when we're not around that's going to give them, speak life into them the same way, that's going to talk to them the same way, that's going to speed them spiritually, that whole nine. If it's not that, I don't care if you an elite. I don't care if you playing the EYBL. I'll take them to over there, you know what I mean, to my man, whoever, who's, only got 2 teams in his organization, but he's speaking life into my kid.
Right.
He's teaching them the X and O's.
Right.
He's being hard, firm, but fair on them. Yeah, let's rock.
Right. 100%.
Let's rock. Because at the end of the day, if they do their job and we do our job and Christian do his job, yeah.
He's going to be successful.
He's going to be successful.
And I think that's the missing element in today's day and age. Everybody forgot it takes a village with these kids. It takes a village. So back in the day, just like they said, back in the day, if you went out and played down the street and your neighbor seen you acting up, your neighbor was on your tail, went home and told your mama's on your tail. Like, It took everybody. If you went to school, your teachers, like my daddy said, they used to get smacked with rulers by your teachers. Yeah. Like, yo, that's because the teachers knew what was necessary to create strong individuals. So, like Daryl said, yo, if whoever CT is with, our expectation is the way we live is the way you need to be an example to our son. Yeah. And if you can't hold that example to him, then we can't have you around him. Straight up. Mm-hmm. Like, and we have no problem, especially me as a mother. Right. I have no problem saying, yo, D, he can't be around my son no more. Like, I don't like that. I don't want to deal with it no more. Mm-hmm. So, as a coach, if you get into this business, especially for the youth, collegially, professionally, make your money. I get it. Totally get it. Not mad at it because it's a business. But youth-wise, if you are here for nothing or for anything beyond the betterment of a kid, you are in the wrong business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Play your position.
That's it. And understand that these kids are watching you. If you a coach out there, because I was one of the kids too, I watched everything. I didn't know I was watching. I didn't know I had an attraction to father figures or guys that was doing their thing, whether they had a great relationship with their wife, whether they held their son down, did certain things with their son. I was like, man, that's pretty cool, right? So one thing, obviously, I'm going to go back to the Iverson, check it out. He was talking about how his father figure, Mo, was literally like on his head about everything. Mm-hmm. He had, a wife, right? That Iverson was like, yo, I like how you treat his wife or his kids or whatever. And next thing you know, okay, Iverson has situations in his marriage or whatever, but now he's on the next chapter. You're like, yo, I look back on what Mo was doing, and that's what I'm doing now, type thing. Mm-hmm. Right? So watch, these kids are watching everything you're doing. Everything. To see if you about what you say you about. And if you're not, that can be detrimental to them, future in their life. Mm-hmm. Right? So all these are key factors, and when you're talking about coaching, whether you're talking about parent, and all that good stuff. Like when we talk about youth sports, man, it's just bigger than just getting a check. Right. About bigging your organization. Right. Up, right. What is your end goal? If your end goal is the money, it's never gonna last. Nope. It's never gonna last. Nope. And one of the things too that I realize is too, watching John Calipari and really studying him and being around him, is like he treats his players like family. He treats his parents like family. He treats the fans like family. Mm-hmm. Man's damn near a coat over there. Right. Yo. They're traveling to the Bahamas to follow this team because it is a culture. They're pouring millions of dollars into this program because it's all about the player first. Right. And not about I. No wonder they're winning. No wonder why most of their kids are one and dones. And then now they get millions of dollars and they still come back to Kentucky to give back, but also to teach the younger kids. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And it took him time to get to that point. Like, his culture is what we strive to be because we put our kids first. Like, we want our kids first. We adore our parents. We want our parents to sit here and do great things too. We would love to get to the magnitude. Like he said, when we went to the Bahamas, while we were with Calipari and them, was it 2 summers ago? Yo, I was amazed.
That was crazy.
At how much blue and white I saw in the Bahamas for this team, yo. Like, I was like, that. It's not even about the wins at this point. It is about, like, the culture.
Right.
Like, the family that they created out there was so dope. And it was like, yo, it looked like us. Like, it looked like how it feels when you come over here with CTAP. Like, majority of our families, we're all like this. Everybody constantly stays connected to each other. When we go to games, like when we used to travel to games during high school season, our sections used to be lit. Like,
lit, turned up.
Right. Like, I love it. And again, as a coach, that is what we aspire to do. And what we hope that you guys aspire to do too, whoever's coaching, is that you're here for the kid first, and you're creating a family-oriented culture because, again, it takes a village. So when they're not with their parents, we need to make sure we're feeding into them, straight up. And for real, like, everybody always wants to go to these teams. Oh, they're winning. That's what we need. They're gonna be seen in this, that, and the third. Right? That might be true, but what is that coach really doing for the kids? Like, for me, the coach that's got to actually build teams, they're really investing. It's easy to coach a team with talent. Strike me down if I'm wrong about that. It's easy to coach a team with talent. It's harder to build a team from the bottom up and really get to know the players and understand the players and put that thing together so that they're able to understand what winning looks like and then strive for that win.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it more.
Right. And you appreciate that grind more. Anybody could put 10, 12 players on a team that are all talented.
Right.
Give me 10, 12 players where I got to work a little bit.
Right.
Because when I hit that dub, it's a whole different ball game than when I'm expected to win at this level.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
how can this? What about the viewer that is not basketball inclined or don't have a kid playing sports or don't even like basketball? Could this play your position to personal relationships and business?
Yeah, because I think in life we all have roles.
Okay.
And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Taking it back spiritually, God created each and every one of us differently. God created purpose for each and every one of us, right? If your purpose is to be a multimillionaire and you're on that traction there, and I see it, and I can't sit here and try to emulate what you're doing because that's what I want.
Right.
I have to play my role because my role could 100 be just to assist what you're doing. And my greatness could be coming over here in a whole different magnitude. But I think in today's day and age, so many people we're scrolling and we see everybody doing this. Oh, I'm going to do that too. Right. And I don't realize, like you said, the climb. Courtney said the climb. I don't realize the climb that person went through. Right. So now I'm trying to do what they are already done.
Skip steps.
Right. And now I'm struggling. So now I quit. Okay, well, let me try something else. Now I'm struggling again. Now I quit. And I'm not just sitting in my own lane and in my own purpose and not playing just my role. Somebody's role, your role could be just to be a wife. But you're necessary in the household that God blessed you with because you have a strong husband that knows how to provide, and you have children that are in need of consistency, right? That could be totally your role, and that's what God has created and ordained you to be. Your role could be the teacher. You have to be a teacher. We ain't asked you to be the top professor. We asked you to teach because you're about to have a slew of children that needs your specific mindset. Not nobody else's, but your specific mindset.
Yeah.
What else? There's a whole bunch of different things that is necessary.
One thing that I learned, talking to some guys who are millionaires and billionaires, the one thing that all these guys had in common was they'll find somebody and see how before they was at that level or they were trying to get to the next level, they will find somebody and see how they can add value in their life.
Yep.
What value are you adding to that person's life or their organization? Right. And seeing, okay, I see where they going. I love the vision. Let me see how I can add value to them. Right? Because at the end of the day, when it's time for me to make my own move, guess what they're going to do for me? They're going to find a way to add value to me. Now we both coming up versus just, okay, I already know where they're going, but let me see what they're doing, and then I'm going to veer off this way. Right? And adding value is the key to playing your position. Like, I know what my role is. Well, the problem is a lot of people get confused and they go astray because they don't know their role. They assume their role.
They think that they know more than what's necessary.
And then you don't fall every time. Play your position, know your role, and know how to add value to other people's life.
And that value, that value isn't just it's part of who God created us to be. We were created to be servants in this world, and servants not here, master. We ain't talking about serving like that. We talking about adding value to different people in our circle. Your homegirl might need you just to be a prayer warrior for her. That's the value that's necessary in her life. Your homeboy might need you to come out and help him pick up the trash because he had a vision on helping the homeless over here. So you got to do your part over there. So we're created to be servants and to serve people around us and to be that type of light in this world and in this community, in your community, right? And that value not only is going to benefit whomever you're assisting, but it's going to benefit you because it's going to build up your character for what God has created you to be, right? And I think that's one of the missing elements too, that people don't realize that the things that you go through is to build towards your purpose. It's necessary for you to go through A, B, C, D in steps, because if God blessed you with Z right now, you wouldn't know how to handle it, right? But going through these steps is teaching you the intricate details and the parts for you to get to Z and sustain it, to keep it, not lose it. So that understand your role in that perspective, play your position, and just be grateful, be humble, be grateful,
and be patient.
Right. We could be the first ones to tell you, yo, we've been doing CTAB for what?
Since
7
years.
7 years, right?
7 years in a few days, matter of fact.
And we've seen plenty of organizations come up, take off. They got their own gym space. They did this, they did that. But as quick as we've seen them, we've seen a lot of them fall just as fast as they came up. We've seen a lot of them go through turmoil just as they came up. So we have to understand, and we've gotten to the point where, we just going to keep playing our lane. We're going to get the athletes that we need to help build us up. We're going to get the personnel that truly understands our vision to help continue to put us on a map, to continue to spread the vision and the word that we have through our organization. Because like we said, we're not just a basketball organization trying to have the come up. Do we want to be one of the elites and one of the household names that everybody knows about here? Of course. Yeah. I mean, that was a vision. Right.
We're going to do it.
But at the end of the day, we're here for purpose. We're here so that kids can go away and come back and be like, yo, Coach D, Coach Lee, y'all don't know what y'all did to my life. That one moment stood for a lifetime. That's what we adore. That's what we're here for. We're here to be that village that a lot of kids don't have no more. That's what CTAB was created. And if that means we got to sit here and take the slow climb, then so be it. If that means that one day we end up taking off, then so be it. But it's going to be in our time, and we're not going to sit here and do or be pressed about what's necessary, what's not necessary, and we're not making it. We play our position, and we're happy with it. And God has constantly sustained C-Tab on a regular basis.
Hey, look, I'm excited for what's to come. Look, listen. If you was a fly on the wall and you knew what we had to come, you'll be amazed. And I'm speaking a lot of it in existence.
Amen.
We about to turn it up.
Touch and agree.
Hey, listen. If you keep doing your thing, man.
Yes.
Do not stop. I don't know who this is for.
Yes.
But do not stop. God is on your side.
Amen.
You got the grind. You got the vision. You got the purpose.
Stay
now
focused.
All you got to do is stay the course.
That's
focused. It, man.
Stay
Play
focused.
your position and know I'm going to add value to this person's life. I'm going to add version to my life. And I'm going to fulfill that legacy that's for me. If you a hooper, keep hooping. Keep grinding. Keep doing your thing. Keep shining. If you're a parent, keep learning. Keep
loving.
Keep loving.
Love your kids. Like we said, they don't need to be coached 24/7. A lot of kids just need a hug.
Yeah.
Don't tell them nothing else. Just hug them and tell them, I'm proud of you. That's
Keep
it.
showing grace to your coaches.
Yes.
Putting
A lot of us ain't getting paid. Hello. This is a lot of volunteer work that a lot of us is doing. We not getting paid. Be appreciative. Just like our teachers, our undervalued teachers. Yo, shout out to all y'all putting in the work and doing what y'all got to do. But like we said, let the takeaway be tonight to play your position. Stop speaking on what everybody else needs to do. Stop telling what everybody else needs to do. Play your role. Make your circle better. Make your children better. And let's help elevate this future to something even greater than what we're seeing today.
Yeah. Hey, look, that sound like the perfect segue
to our Tile Truths.
Our
Tile Truths.
Tile Truths.
Play your role.
Yup. Hey, what you got for him today? What's on your heart?
I just said it.
Oh, tell me.
Play your role. Be thankful. And be impactful. Let your walk take away tonight not only be just to play your position, but be impactful in some way to your household. Let's start with your household.
Yeah.
I don't even need you to reach out and touch. When they say reach out, touch 10 people. No, reach out and touch your household. Whoever's in your household. And if that means just you in your house, you live by yourself. Yo, be impactful to yourself. Learn something.
Yep.
Grow. Be ambitious. Don't stop. Keep focused. And if you need help, don't think that you have to sit here and go through anything on your own. Reach out. Ain't nothing more hurtful than pride. Pride comes before the fall. You don't want to fall, and you definitely don't want to fall by yourself.
Say it again.
Pride comes before the fall.
Say it again.
No, keep making me repeat stuff. You're making me forget what I'm trying to say. But be impactful to directly people who are in your home, whether that's your husband, your wife, your significant other. Speak life into those people. If it's your children, love your babies. I can't emphasize that enough. If it's a bonus child, if it's your own child, love on those babies, because when you guys don't know the half of what these kids are really enduring. It's not like when we were raised. They got so much right at their fingertips.
So many pressures.
And so many pressures that I think the biggest thing they don't get is love. And somebody just saying, good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Keep focused. And if they're messing up, hey, it's okay to mess up. But let's not repeat that.
Right.
Let's do better. Right? And if it's you by yourself, you deserve to be great. You deserve to be living in your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, hey, it's time to start looking for it. It's time to start praying. It's time to start focusing. 2020 is a perfect time for you to be focusing on your greatness. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all can't tell me y'all out at the clubs and I got to do this. ain't none of y'all can do nothing. Ain't but so much we can do. And half the stuff we can do, you're going to do with a mask on. Now, I don't know about y'all. Like, I walked around the mall the other day with a mask on, and it was hot, okay? Yeah. I'd rather sit at home and be able to breathe. Right. So, be impactful.
I think mine's is a man, like the brother Malcolm X said, a man who stands for nothing
will fall for anything. Well,
I think as I evaluate, look around at some of the people that I see on TV, some of the people that come not directly around us, but just kind of around, it's a lot of people not standing for anything. So they falling for anything versus just being 10 toes down and really, if you believe in something, you're going to stand for it. You're not going to let nobody override you. You're going to listen and you're going to make adjustments, but you're not going to fall for anything. You're going to stand for what you believe in and, you know, do it like that. So that's my word. Stand for something. Be great in every aspect of your life and just keep developing.
And be impactful.
And being impactful.
So, on that note, thank y'all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of playing your position between the coaches, between your parents, between your athletes, and in life. Play your position in life. And if you a side joint playing a position, man, if you don't get up out of that spot, I'll tell you right now. It's like, no. Play your position. We got some great episodes coming up. Just to let you guys know, I just got to plug this. If y'all don't know, we got a infamous author coming up, Melinda Michelle. Yo, she is super dope. I connected with her recently. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to completely geek out when she comes on because she is an amazing author. Yeah. Chronicles of Warfare is her main books, but she's got tons of other writing, so y'all can Google that. We got some good guests coming up right before the holidays. Shout out my baby boy Isaiah turns 1 tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let's go. Zay.
Shout out to my niece, and then we got a special episode that we're gonna have to be lit because DTZ turns 40 in 2 weeks. So y'all make sure y'all y'all gotta tune into that episode, which will be the 15th. His birthday's the 13th.
The 13th. We're gonna go in. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna listen to music.
Yes.
You know, we're gonna have some merch out there. We're gonna just have fun, man. We guys turn up. You know what I mean, and do it big because I'm happy about it. I thought I would be afraid of turning 40.
He's afraid of these darn grades. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. He got plenty coming in, and he do not want to acknowledge it. But it's okay.
I'm ready. I'm excited about life. Right? You know
I'm excited too. My man is fine at 40. Hey.
I didn't know the lights is low now.
All right, time to go. Peace out.
Hey, share this live, y'all. Love y'all.
See y'all.